What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I did want to talk about something here in the Solar Crown demo. This is going to have to do with the races in the game and how they actually work. Now, keep in mind, though, at least when I was recording this, many of the races were not actually working at all, not even the time trials, but I was managing to get into one time trial that I did actually record, so at least I could play that in the background for a bit and then maybe some other gameplay with it. Or who knows, maybe I'll play that twice, but the thing about this, though, is a lot of players are wondering how the races are going to work with the AI or the players. Now, I would say right now it's probably going to be a tad too early to tell on how the game itself is going to be when it comes out, but at least when playing the demo, I did notice when you start the event, it is then going to search for players to join you in that said event. If, let's say, you actually get 2 out of 8 players, the rest of the other 6 people, or I guess you could say the rest of the other 6 racers, are then going to be AI to fill the entire event up with. I did manage to do one race when I first played the game on the day the demo came out, and I actually did one of the races with one other person. All the other AI were in there. So at least we do know right now the entire event is going to fill up with AI. The one thing I did not see in the demo, though, is can you actually do the events with just AI only? So for example, is it always going to search for people, or will it not do that? Personally, guys, I have to say this right now, they definitely should have an option for both of them. Like, I do understand if you're not going to have enough people in that lobby filled up with AI. I mean, even Need for Speed Unbound can't even do that, which would be great. And you can all see having only people in that wouldn't obviously work. So I am glad they actually had the fact that you can have people join it, and then you can actually have AI in there if enough people can't join the event. But here's my thing, though, they really should have just AI in the races themselves. Now, I do understand to like a certain extent that yes, this is going to be a demo, so who knows, maybe the release of the game itself is going to have the option to where you don't actually have to race with people and only AI if you actually want to do that. Unfortunately, when making this video, though, all I could actually do is join the lobby itself. It would have like a countdown timer show searching for players on the right part of the screen there, and then after a short while the timer would go away and it would basically put you with like one other person or basically by yourself every time I did an event. Now, we all do know right now when the game does actually come out, there's probably going to be a lot of people doing the races, so I'm honestly going to be pretty dang interested in the servers and how they hold up with that, because in the demo, I do know they're working on stuff with it, but at least at the moment, you can't do any of the races when I was making the video. Funny thing is, I was checking the Discord, and it does seem like everybody was having the same problem. They were saying you have to have people near you or something like that, but no, they were definitely down at least at that time of doing it. Now, the thing about this, though, is that they have to have people in the events for them to work. That would obviously be a problem, because what if there's not going to be people in those areas or doing those races when you do them? Then you obviously can't join it. So yes, having AI fill them up is obviously the best way to do it. Now, I really do feel like, though, having both options is the better way to do it, guys. Like, let's be real here. If you actually can just race against AI, you can do it. If you want to race against players, at least give people the option to do that if they want to. I do understand a lot of people probably don't always want to do PvP races when jumping on a game. They might want to get on, chill a bit, just do some races and relax and stuff like that, and that way they can actually race against AI, so at least the option is there for them. Now, there is one more thing I did want to touch on in this video. Do let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Do you also agree that some of the issues going on with like joining a race, yes, you obviously have AI and people, do you think some of that is going to stem back to server issues? We all do know right now this is obviously going to be a demo, so who knows, maybe they're actually doing like a stress test on the servers to where this is probably going to sound a bit insane, but let's say they actually close the events down, or at least make it so many of the races don't work, to see how many people can actually log onto the game without having issues, or if people are having problems, with like a big certain amount of people trying to log onto the game itself. And then who knows, around the 2 week period that this is going to be out, maybe they're then going to have all the races go up, that way players can join it, crash the servers out more, and just test it out to see how the game handles it. I feel like that would make a lot of sense with how the server testing is. Again, this is going to be a demo, so I really can't hate on the races and stuff not working, but man, I really did want to play them. The race I did actually manage to get into it was fun. I like the track itself. The Alpine car is also really fun to drive. I don't know too much about that car because I honestly did not even hear about one of those before, but I'm probably going to have to do some research on the Alpine after driving it. The thing about this, though, is doing that event, having one racer in there with me was fun. I also really did enjoy doing the time trial type of events, which, funny thing about those are all obviously going to be done solo, to where you're going against other people in the leaderboards. At least you can go in there, farm that, make some money in around 2 minutes, and basically keep doing those if you probably enjoy doing a time trial over a race. We all do know right now we're getting a beta at the end of August, which is like a week before the game comes out. I really am wondering how the servers are going to run on there. We all do know right now on PC, like, some things are obviously touch and go with like frames per second, like the stability of the servers. I really do wonder how the console's going to perform. And maybe there we can actually see like, oh look, a full lobby of 8 racers. That way there's going to be no AI, or boom, we actually jumped in with no AI. How's the race actually do? Just a lot of things like that. Hopefully by August we can also test out a lot more than right now. But one good thing though is at least we're still going to have over a week or so until the entire demo is over. So who knows, maybe the servers might improve a bit. Maybe we can actually join races without getting kicked out every 15 seconds. Instead of just driving around the entire time trying to level up, make money that way, at least we can actually do some of the races, farm a bit, buy some of the vehicles while the demo is out. Now, I would like to know your thoughts on the entire server thing with the AI and stuff in the events. Would you guys rather have events to where you only have AI in them, and also have a separate thing to where you can race against people? Or are you totally okay with having AI and PvP together? But once again though, let me know your thoughts on the AI/PvP events here in Test Drive Unlimited, and overall, what are your thoughts on the demo?